Let me tell you something, Durk.
FBI, open up!
I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's not looking good, my guy. It's not looking good. I really wish you would have picked the music over the streets, because honestly, to just keep it a bean with you, Durkio Smirkio, I would have liked a new album. I would have liked to be sitting down watching, listening to a new album over basically watching your homies cook you in court, bro. This is getting it's kind of getting crazy now, twin.
We understand how impressive this is.
It's getting crazy, bro.
For somebody as crooked, slimy, nefarious, untrustworthy, sketchy, suspicious as OTF Jam to take that stand and have Brian still flustered.
Right.
So Brian Steele was
seen
cross-examining OTF Jam.
He got cross-examined
Now, based on
today.
what we saw from Brian Steele, we expected Brian Steele to easily cook OTF Jam, have him flustered, have him on his back foot. But apparently that was not the case. Brian Steele ain't get the slam dunks that we expected. So he ain't do an excellent job at completely discrediting OTF Jam in front of the jury.
It ain't. I told y'all. Listen, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta be the bearer of bad news. Do not shoot the messenger. I'm just the one telling the truth here. But I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all, gang. What the fuck you gonna say?
Finish him.
What as a lawyer, what could you say to all the shit that OTF Jam said yesterday and today? What could you possibly say out your mouth to save your client? It's just like this nigga paying me so much. It's just I gotta try whatever, but it's like, what am I gonna say?
And that is going to backfire on Lil Durk. Trapler Ross reported insane back and forth between Brian Steele and OTF Jam. Brian had good moments cooking him. OTF Jam had moments he cooked Brian Steele back and had him flustered. Insane.
That ain't good.
This is the worst possible option for Lil Durk.
That ain't good.
Because what you have here is
please don't forget that this is just the first. Vonnie ain't got on the stand yet. Vonnie finna get on the stand and say every motherfucking thing that Jam said, plus probably more.
OTF Jam, who was one of the shooters.
Bad,
you got OTF Vonnie, who was the alleged mastermind.
It's bad.
Those are going to be the two most damning testimonies and witnesses against Lil Durk. There's 30 witnesses, but those two specifically are the most damning. Brian Steele and Lil Durk attorneys got one job during this trial.
To try to make them look like
physical evidence on Lil Durk.
Right.
They only got the words of OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie. They got one job, to discredit OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie. Right. And if you don't discredit them, now the jury gotta hear what OTF Jam is saying and consider it. And do you really want the jury to consider this from OTF Jam?
I might have heard one of the damnest things in this whole trial today when OTF Jam was actually on the stand. He said that there was basically all these frantic phone calls made when they got Quando Rondo's location to a bunch of hitters in Chicago trying to get them on a job. It was Didi and Booney Mo. Apparently Booney Mo was specifically
like,
the person
I'm sorry. Did you think you was playing GTA 7? So you thought you was gonna call some hitters from Chicago, fly them to California, and then they was gonna kill some people and go back to Chicago like everything was just fucking peaches and cream, and y'all wasn't gonna get caught? How is that even possible? At least Pooh Shiesty and them, they had enough. They were smart enough to take. I can't even give them that much credit. Them motherfucker took a Greyhound bus to another state to rob a nigga. I don't understand. I really just don't get the logic, bro. I don't understand why this even makes sense to y'all.
Called him and basically asked him about being involved, but he had Lil Durk on a FaceTime call on another phone on speaker. So Jam knew that Durk was there and that he was privy to this call. He overheard Booney Mo saying, "Blood, you there?" on the other line. And then basically, apparently, all right, he didn't have any info about what the hit was going to be. So Jam tried to call Lil Durk directly 2 times. Durk didn't answer. And then Booney called him back and said, "Hey, Durk doesn't want no one calling his phone that's coming out to LA. He didn't want no contact with anyone that's flying out to LA." So Jam said, like, he knew something crazy was going on, but he didn't actually know what the details were. He ends up getting flown out to LA. And this absolutely blew my mind. He ends up getting flown out to San Diego, driven to LA. They're in this like Sprinter bus, okay? They stop off at a Hooters in San Diego, and they basically get told on a FaceTime by Duty Low they got Quando Rondo's location, and the whole reason they've been flown out there is to kill him. They're going to trick him and say that somebody's going to come and deliver him some weed at his hotel, and they're going to kill him outside his hotel. But what was crazy is after that, okay, Didi got on FaceTime apparently with Lil Durk in the Sprinter bus, and apparently showed Lil Durk the hitters on FaceTime. Apparently, Didi turned his phone to show Durk all of the hitters and said, yeah, you see the Navy SEALs.
See, let me be honest with y'all. Help! When you start hearing details like this in the story, that just start sounding more and more believable, boy. I swear to God it do. Listen, y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or body image issues, but they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. Now, regardless of if this is valid, if you think this is valid evidence or not, I want you to get in the comment section and be honest with me, be honest with yourself, okay? Do you think they lying about any of this shit? Because I don't. So it's kind of like, you know, like what am I really supposed to say here, man? You know, what am I supposed to say here? Do I think these conversations happen? Yes. Do I think Durk was in on it? Yes. Do I think Durk knew better than to tell them, hey, don't call my phone while y'all doing all that. Don't call my phone right now. Like, I believe all that shit.
Right, and then Jam basically gave testimony. They said, like, what was your understanding of what he meant? He was saying Navy SEALs, they're guys that go on missions, they're guys that go and kill people. He said that he turned the phone so that Lil Durk could see OTF Jam, and Durk basically told Jam, yeah, go crazy, and Jam slammed the rakes, he threw GDK, and then basically, like, you know,
that's crazy,
threw up the GD sign. He let the court know what that was.
The circumstance that Lil Durk is currently dealing with is eerily similar to Aaron Hernandez's second murder trial for the double homicide.
That
Aaron
nigga went to jail for 2
a rising
murders?
NFL star, got found guilty of one murder of one of his homies, his close friends, who found out that Aaron Hernandez was a homosexual, so Aaron killed him to stop this.
Whoa! That's the story. I know the nigga went to prison for murder. That's the story? What the
secret
fuck?
from coming out. He was found guilty of that murder. But apparently he already killed 2 people before he killed his friend. Those murders was just a secret.
Damn.
The murder actually got discovered when they were investigating the murder of his friend because they found a vehicle like at his home, like that he was hiding, that was actually connected to a double homicide. Now, this friend of his, Bradley, was with Aaron the night that he killed 2 people. They were at the club chilling. He got into an altercation with 2 dudes.
Bro.
The dudes left. They were driving home. Aaron Hernandez pulled up on the side of him and shot through his car and ended up killing 2 people.
That's insane.
However, the homicide went unsolved because nobody was really speaking. And the only person
nigga went to play in the NFL game the next day. Lord have mercy.
who witnessed it was this guy right here.
Right.
So this guy came to trial to testify against Aaron Hernandez
And cooked him.
during his second murder trial. Now, here's the thing. The prosecutors and their entire prosecution of Aaron Hernandez was based on the credibility of this guy right here. Now, the reason why he was incentivized to testify against Aaron Hernandez was because a year later, after he killed 2 people in 2013, Aaron actually shot this dude in his face.
Holy shit.
Because
That's what's
Aaron
wrong
felt
with his eye?
paranoid that this guy was gonna like rat him out or dime on him, right? Because they had some type of altercation or argument at a nightclub, and Aaron just felt like their relationship was getting too volatile and this dude will ultimately snitch on him. So Aaron shot him and tried to kill him, but he survived. Now, he was in prison for something completely unrelated when Aaron went on trial for this homicide.
Why don't I know that story,
So
gang? I'm
dude
flustered over here.
came to trial, and his job was to convince the jury that he's credible.
Right.
Aaron Hernandez's attorneys did a brilliant job at discrediting this dude, making him sound bitter, making him sound like a liar, completely discredited him.
And they still
even
lost.
though Aaron Hernandez possibly killed those 2 people, he was found not guilty.
Oh, really?
He was already a convicted murderer, went on trial for killing 2 people, and got found not guilty because the eyewitness was not credible. So in this particular case, Brian Steele's job, Drew Finley, their job is to make sure that OTF Jam and OTF Vonnie don't come across as credible. So far, it's not working, bro.
Nah, for real.
All right. Jam sounds hella credible in court. From everybody who's listening, he sound hella credible.
So when OTF Jam took the stand, he made it very clear. He pointed at Durk, he pointed at Dee Dee, he pointed at Lindsay. He said they was all in on the murder and the conspiracy. They're mad, they're big mad. They're so mad that Jam took the stand and is cooking Lil Durk. Durk got cooked by Jam. It was such a bad day. People out here trying to act tough like that's something, okay? But it ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna help Durk.
What the fuck? So why? This is what I'm saying. Like, niggas just be... He record, niggas be clowned out. So you're mad, I guess you're mad at him because he's telling the truth. That's what, I've been saying this about all the Trap Lord Ross slander, bro. Like, Trap Lord Ross ain't being biased. Y'all are just biased towards Durk. Y'all are biased on Durk's side. And y'all want him to be biased with y'all. So y'all calling him biased for telling the truth. That's what's going on.
And the conspiracy, they're mad, they're big mad. They're so...
Why do he look familiar?
Jam took the stand and is cooking Lil Durk. Durk got cooked by Jam. It was such a bad day. People out here trying to act tough like that's something, okay? But it ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna help Durk. It's not gonna stop Jam.
It ain't gonna stop Jam.
Durk literally got pointed out. He looked so disappointed. He looked heartbroken. There were moments where Jam was sort of like, looked like he was low-key like chuckling a little bit, or like they was playing that video of Dee Dee basically where he admitted to being the murder man, and Jam just shook his head and laughed. You thinking you guys cooked yourselves? You talking about I'm the snitch? You guys cooked yourselves. They played back again in the court. I'm not gonna lie, all of these folks out here that say that they love Durk, love Von, they don't love Von as much as I do. I was bopping along to Back Again. It was hard, but unfortunately there was true facts behind those songs, and Durk got pointed out by Jam.
And that's what niggas need to stop ignoring. Stop ignoring that. Stop ignoring the fact that these people was really killing people in real life and rapping about it in songs. Stop ignoring that. Because you want to blame the white dude from fucking from London and shit. Stop ignoring the fact that they on Instagram Live calling themselves the murder man 2 months after they killed the motherfucker. Stop acting like that's not. Stop acting like that didn't happen.
It's apparently one of the biggest demons out here. He claimed that he murdered 3 people for the BDs there's a third murder that we don't know about yet that we're going to probably find out about.
But
Jam said that he got blessed into the BDs when he was just 9 years old. Okay, it's crazy.
He didn't get blessed. He got finessed by some older dudes that was finessing him because he was 9 years old and it was easy to trick his mind. And then you fast forward 20, 30 years later and he in a damn murder trial. It's not a blessing. And I blame a lot of people that be in the streets, bro. I be blaming older people for it's just crazy.
OTF Jam just established, Lil Durk told us to do this. He's behind this. He's the mastermind. Don't let him fool you guys. He's the one who told us to do this.
Right.
But here's the part that I think is the most damning, okay? Well, OTF Jam testified and he poked the hole in Lil Durk's defense. The greatest defense that Lil Durk has is, I'm on trial for murder for hire, but y'all can't tell me what I paid them. How can I be on trial for murder for hire and you guys don't really have the compensation package? What's the murder package, man?
Right.
Like what they got? $100,000, $500,000, $1 million? What did they get? Well, OTF Jam will confess, he never paid us. He promised us.
Right.
He kept on.
I told y'all that. Because y'all keep acting like, oh yeah, y'all got to have some type of proof that you got paid. No, you don't. No, you don't. If a wife pays a man to kill her husband and he goes to kill the husband and then he don't pay the hitman and the police find out, she's still going to jail. But you think she going to avoid the murder charge because she didn't pay him? Like, that ain't how that works.
Promising, hey, yo, the money going to hit.
If that was the case, Young Dolphin them killers wouldn't have got arrested.
The money going to hit, the money going to hit. But the money never hit entirely. However, while promising us the big lump sum payment, he was still feeding us money and given us opportunities because of this murder, which plays into what the prosecutor has been saying, which is Lil Durk gave them music opportunities. Lil Durk gave them certain opportunities based on their role in this murder.
Sounds believable.
One of the opportunities OTF Jam said was Lil Durk put him in a music video and gave him $10,000. OTF Jam will state that he wouldn't have been in that music video if he had committed a murder. That that his role in that music video and the opportunity he got was directly correlated to him committing that murder on behalf of Lil Durk. So now they are establishing through Jam the murder for hire.
And we were brought back. He did say he said there was payment. It was afterwards, and he testified there was discussion about payment after the murder was committed. He also testified to being in a music video called Federal Freestyle, where he was paid $10,000.
That's a crazy.
FBI, open up!
That's a crazy title, bro.
Dollars to be in that music video, and he had never been in a music video, never been on an album before, and the prosecution asked him, do you think you would have been able to be in that video if you weren't a part of this shooting? And he said no, and he even testified he didn't think he would have ever been around. He would have been alive, essentially. But back to the music video, it seemed to be implied that this music video may have been the payment, the way of paying him for the shooting, the alleged murder to hire.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You can make that part of the truth and that part of the case. I'm gonna fucking make anything up. Yeah, he put me in a music video. He put me on a song. He promised me that he would give me a song. He promised me he'd buy me a Bust Down AP, but he never bought it. He bought a Bust Down Rolly Avalanche.
Into play.
That's so demoralizing because in the beginning of this case, even in an opening statement, Lil Durk's attorneys was banging their hand on, if it's a murder for hire, then how much they got paid? That's what they were banging. How much they got paid? Because they thought, well, the prosecutors haven't listed a figure yet, so how can it be a murder for hire?
They didn't think that.
Jam just demoralized that argument. Now, apparently Jam did give a figure. He said $500,000 to $1 million was the supposed. That's how much they were supposed to get paid. I could have told Jam and every shooter involved that y'all was getting finessed.
If you
thought Lil Durk was gonna pay out $1 million for Quando Rondo's cousin getting killed, y'all are out of your mind. That was never gonna happen.
That wasn't gonna happen. I ain't gonna lie. He right.
But however, Lil Durk paid in other ways.
Hit his ass with that. What? Hit his ass with that barely.
Musical opportunities, money here and there. He just kept on delaying and kicking the can down the road for the $1 million apiece, and that never came. Right, so now OTF Jam is here. But here's the mistake that I do believe OTF Jam made.
OTF?
And where I do believe he gave Lil Durk some action.
Okay.
See, OTF Jam started off his testimony amazing and great, which was, hey, I killed 3 people. I'm a murderer. I did this. I did this. He was honest and transparent. And as somebody, like, honestly, if you're listening to that, you believe him.
Right.
Because he's being open and transparent. But then OTF Jam started to cap and lie. See, he don't realize his job is to be as credible as possible.
Yeah,
even if that makes yourself look crazy.
Right.
See, OTF Jam began to cap and lie. We all knew Jam's motivation was the money. We knew Jam motivation was the money, and Jam is turning on Lil Durk because Jam don't want to go to jail for a long time. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
Jam decided to deviate from that. He decided he was going to try to lie to make himself look good. Now, all of a sudden, Jam, the career wanted to get it off his chest because it was weighing on him. Said he felt Lil Pop was innocent and Durk was...
Wait. Let me start over. So it says, Jam said they were going to kill Rondo in the vape store, but they were scared security would lock the doors and trap them inside after the hit. Jam said he snitched because he wanted to get it off his chest because it was weighing on him. Okay, so that's where we at right now.
Selfish to send him on the hit with people he didn't know. Specifically said Vonnie was a goofy and he was mad to be involved with him. A jury can spot out this is BS. A jury can spot out that a convicted killer isn't like all of a sudden guilty or feels guilty over somebody losing their life. No, clearly you're doing this for money. And because you're telling this lie, it now takes away from your credibility.
I don't think that's a lie. I think that's being misinterpreted. I don't think that's necessarily taken away from his credibility either. Because he's not saying he felt bad for killing somebody. He said he felt bad for killing Lil Pab, who was innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you a killer don't mean you're not gonna feel bad for killing somebody that you didn't mean to kill. I can imagine that. You know, if I feel like if they would have went and got Quando, I don't think he probably wouldn't have felt bad. So I don't think that that's necessarily him. Like, I don't think that's fucking up his credibility at all. I don't.
I think this was bad. According to the FBI, the moment he got arrested, saying he knows about murders and he's ready to tell.
He wrote a
Bro,
note.
this man is, this is one of the greatest rats we've ever seen in hip hop history. This is crazy. This is like a movie. There's going to be a movie written about this at some point.
Yes,
all right.
it
so
is,
OTF Jam also says that the Lil Pop hit was Durk's being selfish. It was Durk's selfish BS. He will say, I didn't know Von. I was mad at Durk for putting me in that situation. So, again, him not knowing King Von also plays into Lil Durk sent me on his hit. This was clearly murder for hire, because what other motivations would I have for going on this drill and sliding on Quando Rondo and Lil Pop? I didn't know King Von. Why would I want to avenge King Von's death? So that also plays into the murder for hire.
For sure.
Now, this is where Brian Steele and OTF Jam began going back and forth. Here is the cross-examination. Again, I don't think the cross-examination was hard enough, to be honest. So Brian Steele starts going hard at OTF Jam. He played a recording of OTF Jam being interviewed, saying he was never told by Durk there was a bounty on Quando and Tim. Now, he asks why he lied, and OTF Jam says there's more to it than that. Steele clapped back, there's always more to it with you. That's a good look for Brian Steele. I feel like Brian Steele won that back and forth. Brian Steele caught OTF Jam in multiple lies. He changed his testimony to say it was Didi who said go crazy when Durk put him on FaceTime with the hitters on a Sprinter to LA. Similarly, now he claims that Lil Durk said nothing. He just slammed the rakes and nothing said. It would make no sense for like OTF Jam to be engaged in this back and forth with Lil Durk and saying nothing. Now, Brian Steele will also drop a bomb on OTF Jam. Brian Steele said, how come you acted blindsided by Booney Mo calling you saying you're going to LA when you tried to call him twice before? So OTF Jam is claiming that he didn't even know how to book a flight. He had no idea why they were going to LA. He had no idea they were going to LA. He just told it, hey, we're going to LA, and he hopped out and went, which I also think it's a strange lie for OTF Jam to tell, because obviously you went to LA because you knew what the mission was. But he's saying, I was completely oblivious. I found out when I got to LA, and by that time it was too late. Come on, bro. All right. So Brian Steele apparently shocked the court. He revealed that other random people had DM OTF Jam with Quando's address long before the LA trip. I don't think that was like the slammer that Brian Steele thought it was, because
it wasn't.
From my perspective, if other people is DMing OTF Jam Quando Rondo's address in the last couple of years.
I'm trying to get to this tweet because my wifey got the food ready.
This was objected to. Then Brian Steele asked why OTF Jam ran to the car after the hit. Jam said, obviously, I wouldn't just stand there. No one would. Brian Steele said, most people wouldn't kill someone. Said, this is what you do, Mr. Minister. You're different. Again, this is where I say your OTF Jam is like cold as ice. Like the coldest rap we've ever seen.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
OTF Jam smiled after Brian Steele said that. He pointed at OTF Didi and said, oh, I'm different for sure. And Didi a minister too. Man, bruh. Again, I just don't think that
what do you think
Still did enough, man.
Yeah, Brian Steele.
It's not looking good for Durk, bruh. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you got?
Let me see what the comments talking about. OTF Jam thought he went to LA to rap. I don't know. Maybe I feel like it's a small possibility that they knew they was going to LA for like something, but they didn't really know what it was. That I could see that as being possible. I've been saying over and over, Brian Steele not dealing with Lil Woody and Two Thoughts. He dealing with someone who really care about his free. Nah, for real. OTF Jam is not Lil Woody. OTF Jam trying to get the fuck up out that motherfucker. Him. OTF Jam don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't even gonna cap. OTF Jam do not give a doozy, nigga. Do your homework. I hope Durk come home. Why? So he can kill more people? LOL, he's not. He deserves to rot in prison. He's responsible. He just got back for Vaughn. They arguing about that shit. Jammy the Bull. Jammy the Bull? Still cooked Jam today on the stand, so he might have a chance. Y'all gotta stop listening to Trap Lord Ross. Still did not cook. Durk is cooked, and so are his slow cheerleaders' brain cells. Shut your chest up. You just another Durk hater. See, why do y'all throw around that word? I'm not a Durk hater, bro. I just call it like I see it, and I'm be honest, bro. It's not. There's nothing about this that looks good for Lil Durk at all. I'm just keeping it a bean with you. That love, lost respect move by Jam is epic, bro. The direct look in his eyes, epic. Jam is not just telling; he giving his motive at the same time. Homie making a movie, and the jury can't believe. No, this shit's some real life power shit right here, gang. Like that nigga ain't even like he not even ashamed. That boy trying to he like man, fuck off, fuck Durk. He said fuck Durk, fuck everybody. He said nigga, I'm trying to get the fuck out of this motherfucker.